Hello guys, this is Sandra here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. It's a lovely to have you here and I hope you're gonna enjoy your time. So today we're gonna talk about beauty empties, and this will be my makeup empties of 2020. I know I'm really late with this, but that's fine. So as some of you might know, I had a little break at the end of last year from filming and I'm back. So I did not keep my beauty empties in general because it took up too much space and I was not sure if and when I'm returning to YouTube. But I kept my makeup empties because I thought if I do, that's the part that's the most interesting to me. So I'm going to talk you through each category of what I used up last year and how much they are all worth together. So the last empties I filmed was in September, the end of September, and I have an actual amount of how much of beauty empties I spent by that time altogether. So we have some numbers to play around with, but now let's hop into the first category, which is primers. So the primers are quite a funny small bunch. So the first one is the Cover FX Blurring Primer, and this is a full size. I just cut mine open. You will see it's a trend I like doing, making sure I get every last bit out. I'm not sure why I really got into it. I love this. I don't know if they still make this, but I really like this. This is like the Smashbox Blurring Primer or like the Benefit Professional, but better in my opinion. I prefer this anyway, and I really enjoy this. I don't know if I put it in the favorites, but every time I mention this, I mentioned how much I love it. And this one is I think like £29, so it's quite expensive, so I'm really happy that I got my money's worth out of it. Was really good. Then the only other full-size primer that I finished last year is an under eye primer, and this is the Smashbox Hydrating Under Eye Primer, I think. Yeah, again, it's cut in half. It was okay, but I mentioned as well that this I don't like as much as the Becca one. I feel like if you have a really dry under eyes, that's a better option. Now if you have oily under eyes, or if you're just not happy with the smoothness, this might be fine. It was an okay primer. I finished it, but it was not my favorite. Now I don't think many people use under eye primers. I really like the Becca one. This one, meh. I don't know. If you use any under eye primers, let me know what you use, because obviously Becca is going out of business. Yeah, if you use an under eye primer, please let me know which one is your favorite. Also, please don't mind my hair. I desperately need another haircutting appointment because it's too thick and it's too much and it just looks poofed out in the middle. So try to ignore that. Now, oopsie, I dropped that. A travel size that I had is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It has a really nice citrusy scent. It's really nice on the skin. It's nice and hydrating. I really like this. Now, I don't have a full size of this at the moment. I would consider purchasing it, but I still have a full size Smashbox Hydrating Primer, and I think I have another hydrating primer as well. So yes, I do, the other Becca Skin Love one. So I don't need a primer for a while, so we'll see if I actually purchase another one of these, but at the moment I don't need it, but it's really nice. And then the last primer I have is the Tarte Base Tape. Now, this one was a nice hydrating primer as well, but it was nothing amazing, and Tarte is a bit harder to get in the UK than Becca, so I would probably choose the Becca one over this. But if you're looking for hydrating primer, it's okay. To be fair, I prefer Becca or Smashbox over this, but you know, it was a decent primer and it was just a tiny one, so I used it up. And that's all the primers. All my primers were worth £72. Now again, keep in mind that some of these I might have gotten as a present or bought with a discount, but that is their retail value, which is a lot just for primers. £72. That will, you know, get you a decent meal out and a few drinks to add to it. So that's a lot of money to be spent just on primers, but well, I did. Also, I'm trying to film with natural lights, but I feel like I'm too pale now and it's really washing me out. That's better? Hopefully. I'm just trying to film with natural light when I can without getting a ring light out. I just find it nicer. But anyway, let's move on to foundations. Now this will be a bit more exciting. So I have one from the drugstore, which is the Catrice HD Liquid Foundation. Now again, Catrice can be a bit tricky to find in the UK, but I think you can order it from somewhere. I know I've seen it, but I think only online. I would definitely repurchase this. I purchased it about 2 years ago when I was at home in Hungary in the summer. I have the shade Sand Beige. Now it says 030, so I wonder if there are lighter shades from this. It was an okay shade, but it's definitely my summer shade. Like, I cannot, it's a bit too dark for the winter time. I mean, look how pasty I am. The only thing I don't like is their shade range. Like, the shade range is quite poor, but this itself is really, really nice. So I would happily repurchase this once I use up a few more foundations. To be fair, foundations are something I'm doing quite good at. So I have then two Becca foundations. They're both the Skin Love. Now, I used it up first last year, which is the shade Cashmere, and then I used up the darker one, Buttercup, and I realized that if I cut it open, there's still a lot of foundations left. So the stingy person I am, well, no, I'm not stingy, but with things I like, I will cut it open, and also I like to finish things fully, as it turned out. So I'm going to cut this open as well. I will put it on the side. I love Becca Skin Love, so this is definitely something I'm going to repurchase. I also had another one of these before that I finished, so this is definitely something I'm going to buy before the brand goes. Buttercup is a bit too dark for me. That was like my first ever shade, I think, and I got a bit too happy, so that's a bit too dark. But then I have Cashmere, which is a much better shade. I could probably even go down to Vanilla, but yeah, I'm gonna keep this and cut it open and have like a few more uses out of it, because that's how much I love it. But yeah, that's another two foundations. And the last, well, I guess foundation, but this is more BB cream. This is the Decleor BB cream in a shade medium, and this was just the travel size. But I used it up. Now, if I could have got this in light, I think that would have been a better match for me. This was a little bit too dark, and also the formula, while it was okay, it was a bit too, I don't know if greasy is the word I want to use. Like, it was not overly uncomfortable, but it was not my favorite formula. Like, when it comes to BB and CC creams, I really like my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue CC cream. That's what I'm wearing today as well. So, you know, it still shows a few imperfections through, but I don't really care. One, two, if I do, I can just put a bit of concealer in it. So, you know, when it comes to BB CC creams, if that's my favorite, it was okay. It's nothing that special. And my foundations come up to £78.60. So to know that I spent 72 on primers and only a few pounds more on foundations, that's a bit shocking. But yeah, I mean, I used up 4 foundations last year, so, you know, I feel like that was a good year for foundations. I definitely made sure to go for the ones that are a bit more empty. Can I use up this many this year? I don't know. We'll have to see. Next category is concealers, and I only used up one, and this was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Ivory. Now, I had it in just one project pen or a few, I'm not too sure. But I will link it in the cards and below. I did not really like it as a concealer, so I used it as an under eye? No, as an eye, oh my god, eyelid primer. Why was that so hard? But I used it as an eyelid primer, and for that it was okay. It was not exceptional, but it didn't claim to be an eyelid primer. I just did not like it as a concealer. It was a bit too thick and drying, and I don't know, it did not work. But you know, I'm happy that I used it up and it's out of my collection, and that's the only concealer I finished last year. I have way too many concealers, but hopefully I can finish more this year. They just all seem to be going on for ages. Like, this one lasted for ages, but then I didn't use as much, I guess. Anyway, this one was £3.99, and then from powders I only have one as well, which is the Essence All About Matte Powder. I really, really like it as well. Now, this is definitely more on the mattifying side. So if you like a mattifying powder, then this is really, really good. I mean, the packaging always seems to fall apart. but I tend to feel like that's a problem with drugstore powders. Like I remember when I used to use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, I had the same issue with that as well. Like the lid broke on me every single time without exception. So, you know, for the amount of money you pay for it, this is £3. You can't fault it. Now, if you have a deeper skin tone, like a medium to deep, I don't think you can use this. Like it says translucent, but it's more on the white side. So as long as you're fair to light, maybe even light to medium, you'll be fine. But anything darker, unfortunately, this is not going to be good for you. But I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Setting sprays. Looking on the side, that's a considerable amount as well. So the first one I think I finished was the Too Faced Peach Mist. This was just a travel size. It's okay. It has a really strong peach scent, like almost overwhelmingly so. From the peach line, my favorite is the setting powder. That's amazing. This one I can leave, if I'm honest. Like I'm not too fussed about this. It was okay to use. It came in a set with some other things like the mascara and the powder. Yeah, this was definitely the weakest link from the packaging. I love the mascara. The primer is actually really nice as well. I love the powder. This one, meh. Then one I quite enjoyed is the Catrice Long Lasting Prime and Fine Setting Spray. Now this one only comes in one size, which is 50 mils. I mean, how much is in this? 30, so they're actually almost the same size. This was really nice. It's quite affordable as well. As you can see, this was in a project pen and I finished it quite quickly actually. As far as drugstore primer sprays go, this is actually really nice. Again, a bit harder to find in the UK. I bought it when I was back in Hungary, because in Hungary Catrice is a brand that you can actually physically find in a drugstore. But yeah, if you can get it, it's a really decent spray. Another one is the Tarte Stay Spray. I got this in a kit when we were in Paris last February. Remember the time when you could travel? Yep. This is more on the hydrating side of sprays, and it had a really, almost like a coconutty scent, I want to say. Yeah, actually it was quite nice. If Tarte would be easy or accessible, I wouldn't mind the full size of this. This felt nice in the skin. Now, just like with the Becca one, that's my favorite. I'm not sure if it helped much with the longevity, but on days when my skin felt drier, this was definitely like a welcome relief to the skin. And then the last one, now I'm not gonna count money for it, I just wanted to show it to you. This is a tiny MAC Prep and Prime Skin Mist. So it's Fix Plus. Why is it so hard to say? I don't know. Obviously, this was only enough for like 2 uses. I never actually had the full size Fix Plus, and based on this tiny one, I don't get a fuss. I really don't. I know it's iconic. I don't get it. I would rather buy the Urban Decay All Nighter, even if MAC would be cruelty free. But that's just me. So that's all the setting sprays. So there was one full size, 2 minis, and then like a sample size or whatever you want to call it. And they were all worth £16.49. So that's not bad. Not bad, but again, they were quite small, so you know. Next category is eyeshadows, and I only have a few. So one of them is the small size of a Stila Glitter and Glow. This one is in the shade Golden Girl, and I got it not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. It came in a set of 3 little eyeshadows in a trio, and I think this was my last one. Yes, it was. So these are one dry out quickly, so I'm actually quite happy that I only got a small one, and I think in the future if I would repurchase these, I would only get the minis. Man, there are so many on the market, so while these are iconic, I might just go for something like Elf, or you know, Becca has some that I'm sure will go on sale at some point. That are really nice as well. It's nice, but for the price they dry out really quickly, but you know, I enjoyed using it nonetheless. I just think for the price they dry out too quickly and it's really hard to revive. I tried it, it was not working properly. The product I had for ages and is now stuck in the lid is the Milk Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk. Now for reference, I have another one. This is almost full size, so you know, it went down to be itty bitty and it's really cute. I mostly used it under like more vibrant colors or pastel colors to give them a nice base to work on. I rarely use it by itself. It was iconic for a reason. I don't think, you know, with all the makeup that we have nowadays, that it's anything special, but I have another one, so I'm gonna use it up. And I remember I bought it in a pack of 3 and I kept 2 and I gave one to my friend. It's getting quite old, but you know, I worked my way through it and it was really nice. And then the last one, again, I'm not gonna count any money for this, but this is just a teeny tiny eyeshadow pen. And this is from one of those like 88 pen eyeshadow palettes that we all used to have. And I got rid of the palette, but I kept a few shades. This was just a nice bone shade that's always handy to have, and it's gone. So at least I used up 3 eye products last year, and they are worth £15 and 17 pence. Clearly the Stila one is pulling up the value there. It really does. Now, a big category, mascara. And I used up 3, 5, 7, 8 mascaras last year. Now they're not all full size, and also some of them I had opened for a while, so I just chucked it, but 8 mascaras. That's a lot of money. So let's start with the full size mascaras. So we have my all-time favorites that I talked about many times, is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. It feels really weighty, it feels really luxurious, and I love this mascara. I used up many tubes before. I'm sure you've seen it in Empties before. I had small sizes, I had full sizes. I love this. I have nothing more to say about that. Then another one that's from the drugstore that's actually quite nice is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. Now, this is one of the best mascaras I've tried from a drugstore so far, and I do enjoy it. But if you have any drugstore mascara recommendations, please leave them below. I would love to know if it's cruelty free, that is. Then the other 2 full sizes are from the drugstore as well. I have the Collection Fast Stroke Defining Lash Mascara, and this is waterproof. And I just picked it up because I wanted to try a waterproof mascara from the drugstore. Yeah, no. And then the NYX Badonkadonk, again, it was not my favorite. Like the same with the Collection, it was okay, but it's not something I love, I have to say. They were okay, they were just okay. And then I have a bunch of like small sized ones. So 2 that I got in Paris last February, again, was the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Now, while I loved it, I don't know if it's just this one or if this mascara in general, I found that it dried out really quickly, and that's why I stopped using it. So if you had this mascara, does it dry out quickly? I don't know. I feel like on me it dried out really quickly, but while it worked, I loved the lashes it gave me. So I do understand the hype. And then I also got this while we were there because it seemed like a good price. And yeah, Milk, I don't think back then, definitely didn't, and then I don't think it changed. You can get Milk in the UK, but you cannot get it like in person. So I don't know, I picked it up while we were in Sephora, and this is the Kush mascara. I really like it. Again, the packaging feels luxurious and weighty, and I did like the lashes that it gave me. I don't think I like it as much as the Tarte or my Too Faced, but actually I wouldn't mind repurchasing it. Like, I do really like it. And then the last one is the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. Again, it's a travel size. And I bought the travel size because I was not too sure what I'm going to think about it. Like, I know I love Better Than Sex, and I know that the applicator on this is huge. I mean, look at that. Compared to the Better Than Sex, let me get that out. Right, do you see how much chunkier it is? So sometimes I felt like it was quite hard to get around the eyes with it. The formula itself is nice. It's a nice mascara, but again, the wand is quite huge, so I do prefer Better Than Sex, and that's why I like to buy small sizes first when I try new mascaras. That's the reason why I bought a mini of the Tarte and a mini of the Milk, because while it's not the most cost-effective thing to do, I feel like with mascaras, I don't like to spend too much money on high-end mascaras when I can buy a mini, just because I don't know if I'm going to like it. Now, once I know I like it, like the Better Than Sex, I will definitely purchase the full size. But when I don't know the mascara, I like to buy a mini. So That's why there are that many minis. And then the last one is just a little sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I actually might have to look into purchasing this. I really liked it. Now it was tiny, so you know, it was not enough for a lot, but what I've seen I really liked, and I had another mini of this before and I really enjoy it, so that's something that I will look into. I have quite a few mascaras at the moment, so I don't need another one right now, but this will be a strong contestant. And are you ready to know how much I spent on these 8 mascaras? It's £74.29, so almost as much as primers and foundations, which is ridiculous. Now, some of these I had opened for a long time and then just happened to finish it, you know, this year, so it's not like I used up all of them in one go. Some of them has just been open, like, and also some I just threw away because I really did not enjoy it, like the next one. And the collection one, obviously last year we didn't go anywhere where I needed a waterproof mascara, so nope, sorry for the hiccup. You know, I'm just like, I'm gonna chuck it, I'm not attached to it whatsoever. And that's a lot of mascaras. For the brows, I have 2 products. One of them is the mini version of the Repurchase High Definition Brow Gel. Now, mine is in the shade Soft Brown, but I'm pretty sure I had a full size of Dark Brown before as well. And I dropped it. Hold on. Oh, I got it. So I really like this one. It's really nice, and now it's not necessarily something that will keep your brows in place for the whole day. Like, it's not like a glue, but it's more of a hydrating formula. Not like my brows need a lot of hydration, like I already have so many brow hairs. It's insane. But I still really enjoy this. It's quite nice on days as well when you just want to fill in your brows with a really natural makeup but not really do anything else. It's for a quick solution, it's great, but it's quite pricey. And then on the completely opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Mascara. Now this was really nice, but I don't know how much you can see. It got to a point where it got disgustingly dirty. So while there's a little bit left in there, 1, it was really hard to get out. 2, it was getting a bit discolored and just not really pleasant to use, and also it was not working the same way anymore as it used to. But you know, I got plenty of use out of it. Definitely got my money's worth, and I don't know if I would repurchase it, to be fair, because I don't feel like it holds my brows as much as in place as I would prefer. But you know, it was a good enough product. I definitely got my money's worth out of it, and oh my god, I have mascara on my hands. Anyway, these were worth £12.95, so you know, got my money's worth out of it, definitely. And then for cheeks, oh, I loved this. Now, if you've seen my Partners in Cream, I think, or was it another project pen? I don't know. Again, will be linked. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beach Stick in the shade Ibiza, and it's so gone. I scraped every last bit out of this, and I'm so sad it's gone. Now, I wonder if the Milk bronzing stick is the closest thing to it. If you tried both, can you let me know? Or if you know like another good cream bronzer stick, because I loved this, but it's discontinued. You can still find a few of the blusher shades, but actually the bronzer, and I loved it. It still smells amazing as well. Like, it doesn't smell like it's gone off either. Oh, it smells so nice. It was such an amazing product. I don't know why it got discontinued, but it's been great. And as you can see, I scraped every last bit of it out. So that was £30, definitely well spent. I don't know why I cannot talk, but that was, yeah, definitely a great purchase. And then the last product I have is a mini lipstick that I did not count into the finals, I don't think. But I wonder if it's because this one was like a mini that came with like a newspaper. So let's just ignore that I did not count it in the finals. I don't know why. But this is the Clinique Nude Pop lipstick. This is like a lipstick and primer thing that they had at the time. And again, I scraped every last bit out that could be scraped out. Like, it's fully gone. It was a really nice peachy nude kind of color. And I did enjoy using it. Now the packaging is completely destroyed. And yeah, it just came as like a magazine freebie a few years ago, and it was time for this to go. And I actually used up this lipstick, and then the year before I used up a MAC lipstick. Oh my god, my hair. Sorry about that. I feel really proud of myself. So now for the numbers, I definitely need to get this closer to me. So my last empties that included like hair care, body care, all of that was in the end of September. And that was worth £963.72. And then just my beauty empties for the actual whole of the year is £306.49. So, you know, if you take out the makeup for the whole year from the amount that I spent by the end of September, you are left with £657.23. So that includes like body care, like shower gels, deodorants, perfumes, and obviously skincare, nail polishes, like everything like that, which is a lot of money. I have expensive taste, clearly. Whoops. I'm happy that even though I spent this money on these products at some point, or that's how much they're worth, I got my money's worth out of them. So, you know, hopefully this coming year, 2021, will be just as good. And knowing that we spent most of 2020 at home, I don't think I did bad. But you let me know. I'm gonna go now because this video I'm pretty sure is already long, but if you still, you know, were sticking around for it, thank you very much. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please, please, please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. But for now, we'll quit rambling and I can't even talk anymore, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!